Today topic is about nutrition in biochemistry. So components of diet. There are two types of components, macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are those nutrients which can release energy, while the micronutrients are non-energy releasing nutrients. Firstly, we will discuss about the macronutrients. These are of three types: carbohydrate, lipids and proteins. Carbohydrates make 60 to 70% of total energy, or they give us 60 to 70% of total energy to our body. We required 1200 kilocalories of biochemistry, and 1 gram of carbohydrate give us 4.1 kilocalories after metabolism. So its mean daily intake should be 300 gram per day. When we divide 1200 kilocalories with 4, then we get 300 gram per day. Then there is lipids. Lipids make or give 20 to 30% of total energy, and requirements are for the lipid requirement is 600 kilocalories. When we see how much fat metabolism give us, about like 1 gram of lipid, how much this give us energy is 9 kilocalories. So daily intake should be, we should divide 600 by 9 and we will get 66 gram per day. So 66 gram per day we should take fat or lipids, so we can get 600 kilocalories. While then the third one is protein, and this make 10 to 15 or 15 to 20% of total energy. Requirement of our body is 200 kilocalories, and 1 gram of protein after metabolism give 4.1 kilocalories. It's mean how much we should take protein in grams. It is 50 gram per day. Then the second thing, we have micronutrients. Non-energy releasing nutrients are called micronutrients. Here we have vitamins. So vitamins are of two types. Firstly, water soluble, and secondly, fat soluble. In fat soluble we have mnemonic like ADK. So vitamin A, D, E, K. Vitamin A, also known as retinoic acid, retinol or retinol, and this is contraindicated in female who want to be pregnant. Then we have vitamin D. It is 1,2,25 dihydroxycholecalciferol, which is activated form of vitamin D. Cholecalciferol is inactive form. Okay, then we have vitamin E, which is also known as alpha tocopherol, and vitamin K, which is also known as phylloquinone. This phylloquinone or vitamin K, we know this help in our clotting factors. Then we have water soluble vitamins. These are of two types, non-B complex and B complex. In non-B complex we have vitamin C, which is also known as ascorbic acid, and then we have B complex. These are from B1 to B12. Here we will discuss the most important, in which there is thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, pyridoxine or pyridoxyl, biotin, folic acid, cobalamin, cyanocobalamin or methylcobalamin. So you can see this is B1, which is thiamine, B2 is riboflavin, B3 is niacin, B5 is pantothenic acid, B6 is pyridoxyl or pyridoxine, then B7, which is known as biotin, and B9 is called folic acid, and B12 is called cobalamin. Here we should remember that B1, B2, B3 and B5 are called as energy releasing vitamins. Why? Because they help coenzyme to release energy, but they don't directly release energy, but they help as a coenzyme. Now vitamin B1, which is also called thiamine. Sources of vitamin B1 is liver, fish, egg, wheat, seeds or nuts. Function of vitamin B1: act as cofactor for several dehydrogenase enzyme reactions, and there are different types like branched chain ketohydrogenase, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase TCA cycle, and transketolase, which is in HMP shunt. And then we have pyruvate dehydrogenase, which is in glycolysis. Here you should remember pyruvate dehydrogenase, because here we have the clinical significance. So on the side, red it is written that vitamin B complex deficiency will lead to three features, which is glossitis and dermatitis and diarrhea. Glossitis is swelled tongue, dermatitis is skin infection, and we have diarrhea. What are the causes of deficiency of vitamin B1? These are There are many causes, like malabsorption also, and chronic alcohol intake, and eating polished rice. Now we will see the features of deficiency of vitamin B1 or thiamine. Remember, thiamine or vitamin B1, these have a relation with the memory. When there is vitamin B1 deficiency, there is memory defect. Firstly, we have lactic acidosis. As I already tell that pyruvate dehydrogenase it act as, and in glycolysis pathway, if you see, after many steps, the glucose will convert into pyruvate, and then pyruvate have to convert to the acetyl CoA. But from pyruvate to conversion of acetyl CoA, we require this pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. If it is not present or deficient, then LDH, which is lactate dehydrogenase enzyme, will act on pyruvate, and then this enzyme will convert pyruvate into the lactic acid, which will lead to the lactic acidosis. In children, we have deficiency of the enzyme, while in adult we have deficiency of the vitamin B1 itself. Why? Maybe the adult eating polished rice, or their chronic alcohol patient. Then we have wet beriberi disease and dry beriberi disease. Wet beriberi disease, it is when there is systemic vasodilation, and this will lead to the increased volume, or volume overload condition, lead to congestive cardiac failure. This is like because of high cardiac output. Then we have dry beriberi, which is neuropathies. Neurological symptom will come because affecting on brain. So wet beriberi on heart and dry beriberi on brain. Then we have Korsakoff syndrome. We have four feature in Korsakoff's syndrome. Confabulation. What is confabulation? It is forgetting about a particular thing and then tell a lie to fill the memory. The patient will forget about a thing or an event, then he will tell a lie that he know about that, but in reality he didn't know about that event. Then we have psychosis, which is loss of contact with the reality. Then anosognosia. This is anosognosia mean having no insight, like the patient will not have insight that he have disease. Then he will be unable to confirm an event or anything, so we call this no compliance. Then we have Wernicke's encephalopathy. Wernicke's encephalopathy, you should remember Wernicke's, so E is coming, so E from I. In this we have ophthalmoplegia, nystagmus and ataxia. Ophthalmoplegia is eye muscle weakness, and nystagmus is involuntary movement of the eyeball or eye, and ataxia is imbalance in speech, in movement, or in position, sitting. Then we have amnesia. Amnesia is the memory loss, or vitamin B1 deficiency can lead to amnesia, which is about memory loss. Here you should remember about the clinical point, that if a chronic alcohol patient will come unconscious to you in hospital, so we should give thiamine first, then we give dextrose to him. Why? Because when you give dextrose water first, then pyruvate production increase. So pyruvate need to vitamin B1, and there will be, when there is increased pyruvate production, vitamin B1 will become deficient when there is increase or sudden increase in pyruvate production. So this lead to vitamin B1 deficiency, and the patient may have short term memory loss. So in chronic alcoholic patient, We should give thiamine first and then we should give him dextrose water. This is for clinical and in our hospital use. You can receive many patients in emergency.